When you're keeping your records, when an expense exceeds 5 million in a given transaction, we request that expense to come on a document that has a TIN. If the document doesn't have a TIN, then we may disallow. And maybe the other thing we need to be clear with when we are talking about record keeping, you should make it very clear these are business expenses. We have to make a distinction between your personal expenses and business expenses, because one will tell you that, when I come to work, I have to eat a meal and I go to a restaurant. Ideally, that's not a business expense. The best you can do is to give yourself a salary. Then operate within the salary, eat your food, do everything, go to the gym, go to the spa, do everything. Fit within there. But when you start saying that I eat food, you may not eat food of 3,000. Whenever you eat, you may bring a receipt of 50 or 45. Ideally, you look at the business. Wonder if this business hasn't yet realized any profits, where do you get the audacity to even eat food of all that much? Then at the end of the day, you're claiming it as a business expense. One lie leads to another. Yes, I might accept it, but I look and say, really? Because when you are flagging losses, then, how? How do you start? How do you start eating to that tune? That's not the only business expense. You have rent, you have a trading license, you have salaries of those who you employ. There's a lot more you have operating costs here and there that have to happen. So at the end of the day, we are looking at expenses that without them, this business will not move. If you don't pay for a license, they will close. If you don't pay for rent, they will close because the premises. If you do not pay salaries, then whoever you're employing will not come back to work for you. There are those that are must do. But when you don't eat, we even fast. And we go and eat that. We go and from home.
There is a scenario.
No, my faith. Say I'm in Ramadan. I'm fasting for 30 days. I will eat at 7. By the time I get close to 7, I'm at home.
But Madam Hafswa, let me put it like this. If I go out in a restaurant and I have a meeting, a business meeting.
A business meeting is okay because it can't come every day. And a business meeting is very clear, depending on the nature of business. Because you could have a business meeting and ideally it shoots into you're a consultant, you're struggling to get a certain project, you need to meet the officials on the other side. It makes sense when you explain it. But you cannot be a retailer and you have a business meeting. I'm wondering what you're discussing in the business meeting that is facilitating. It has to make sense to you even before you flag it to me, for me to believe you, because these records communicate. It's like the return communicating that, look here, you are this is my TIN for this period. This is how I fared. You're communicating to me to see, what do I expect? Do I expect any payment from there? Was it a loss? It is okay. And by the way, it's okay for you to file a return when there is no payment. But provided what you have filed is authentic enough that when I come back to do a return examination, it makes sense. Because ideally in business, you don't deal alone. You must have dealt with that person there. Your expense is somebody else's income the other side. So when I cross-check, it has to make some sense.
Okay, yes.